Facebook land. How is everybody doing today on this little frosty morning over here in central Alberta, Canada? Yeah, we would say it's a little nipply out.
Who are we? What are we doing here?
Start the humor up.
Absolutely.
We are all in alignment, creating sacred spaces with Anita A. and my partner Cheryl V.
Sophie,
Never know how it works on the screen. And every Friday for, I don't know, 4 years, we
and
have
counting.
been, and counting, talking about Feng Shui, Personal Paradise card deck, Tara Catherine Collins. And remind me, I have an idea I have
Of
to share
course you
with you
do.
after about this. And yeah, we'll just have fun. We talk about the energy in your home using our funny glasses because these are our feng shui eyes.
Mhm.
We're just trying to, help you look at your space a little differently, energetically. Okay, and then you can go and I'll do the other thing I have to
Oh,
do.
and you're going to do the other thing? Well,
Yeah.
yes, we talk about, we each pull a card from the deck, and whatever that topic happens to be, that is our guidance for the day. And it's always fascinating to me because they always tie together, always. And then we wrap up with a little bit of double digitology, talking about the numerology of the cards at the end of it. And it's always quite interesting to me, how things all tie together. And at the same time, we teach this. Everything is energy. Everything is connected. So it's entertaining. We try to be anyway. So hopefully for you joining us, we are, you know, a smile on your face. Oh, all right. Well, I had an awful lot fall out, but I managed to grab one as it went down. And
Okay.
oh my goodness, there's literally cards all over my floor. So
Oh, cool.
anyway, we are not going to grab all of them. We're going to look at and talk about the one card that came out of the deck. Are you ready for the one card that came out of the deck? Can you
Sure.
guess what the number is? It's the
One.
one card.
Oh.
Animals. And oh, they can be such a joy and they can add so much energy into your home. We happen to
Oh.
have our grand dog again, still and again, um, who's a chocolate lab. And I'll tell you what, he is uh, quite the joy and a bundle of energy, let's just say. So,
Ah.
and I know you have a puppy dog, Anita.
Hmm.
Hmm. So where do we want to start with animals?
Well, I think the card came up just for that reason because you have your big chocolate lab
Yep.
hanging out with you. And I know that there's some things that you wanted to accomplish this week that you had to put off um,
Yes,
because he's hanging around.
because he's visiting. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
quite entertaining because if something's round, looks like a ball, to him, it's a ball. And that
Mhm.
includes my glass Christmas ornaments that I was going to go through, sort through part of our 21-day decluttering. And all I could do was shut the door to the spare room where everything is. That's it. Because, yes. And I've not seen him with Puff Pack before. I don't want to find out what that's like because if he wants your attention, he will get it. And it's usually not in the best way. In his world, any attention is good attention. Doesn't matter if I'm getting scolded or if I'm getting praised or if we're wrestling or if we're having fun and we're playing fetch. So in his world, everything is attention. And when I want it, that's all there is to it. So, but the other thing that's been interesting about having him this time, I really noticed, like, he is high energy, without a doubt. And
Mm.
when Rod's been taking him for walks because he's just a little too much for me to handle, he pulls quite a bit and he wants to play. But when he's burnt off some of his energy, he is the gentlest, calmest, and well behaved dog. But when he is full of energy, I will tell you what, he'll have a ball in his mouth, usually all the time, and he'll headbutt you. Like, come on, I want to play. I want to play right now. So he has his ways of trying to get your attention. Anyway, quite entertaining to say the least. But he does bring a lot of energy and a lot of joy into the house.
Right there. I
Yep,
love that. Energy and
and
joy.
joy.
And when we think about feng shui, right?
Hmm.
Feng shui is just all about looking at your space through your energetic eyes and, you know, looking at how that seen and unseen energy communicate.
Hmm.
And right there, you just said, excuse me, he brings energy and
Yep.
joy and in your environment. And that right there, anything that lifts or elevates our
Hmm.
personal chi, our personal energy, takes us into that present moment of being playful, of being connected. And pets, just like children,
Hmm.
right? They're a lot like children. They have a way of doing that. So taking you out of your office, taking you out of your head,
Hmm.
putting you into your heart space. And when we can do that, it actually changes our physiology because then our brain releases, different hormones, and those hormones help us to regulate our nervous system,
Yep.
and that helps our health. And, the science behind it goes on and
All
on. And,
together.
and when my mom was in hospice and I would go and spend, a 24-hour period with her, I would bring our dog, our little Toby, and he would always just jump on her lap and she would just sit there, for an hour. She would just
Hmm.
sit there and pet him, right? So it helped to regulate her nervous system, to
Beautiful.
help her feel calm and relaxed and in the moment. And it was so funny sometimes because, he'd be sitting there for an hour or more and she'd have to, get up to go to the bathroom and she'd go to push him off and he would just be like a little statue, like, no, I'm
No.
not moving. And then she would laugh and she'd say, Toby, get off, and it was so funny because he just, he sensed that he needed to help calm her nervous
Mhm.
system, right? So yeah, pets are pretty amazing, but again, in feng shui, we're, looking at how do they interact with the human and in the spaces and bringing that energy and joy that you talked about, Cheryl.
Yeah.
And so important that we also treat the space of the pets, um, with the utmost care and attention, just
Hmm.
as we would a child, right?
I agree.
So how is their bed? How is their little dishes? Anything that for them, are you treating them and their possessions like you would a child or another member of the house? Because they really are, they're another member of the house. I'm
100%.
gonna let you talk, and I've got some comments to
Oh, awesome.
reply. So good morning.
And the comments are questions, or you want to read them?
Well, I just asked everybody who had a pet.
Okay.
Hello, Karen. Thank you for joining us, Karen. We have a 1-year-old lab cross.
Ah, so she gets the high energy.
Yep. Oh yeah. And then Sharon has 2 cats,
Mm-hmm.
Frankie and Oliver. Love
Aw.
that. I love, love. And you know what? Cats have such a special energy too, right?
I think
Um,
all pets have they
they
bring their
do.
own,
Right.
right? It's no different than
Yeah.
humans. They come in with their energy and their past lives, and you don't know what that was, right? So they bring their own energy into the mix. Excuse me. Frog. not a real one.
Well, someone might have a frog for a pet.
That's
I
too
had
funny.
I had a pet frog at the
Did you?
flower
Cool.
store one time. We had, we get flowers in from all over
Right.
South America and wherever. And so I used to get these big boxes of flowers. And one time a little green tree frog jumped out. He was like this big, and we were like, ah, and he had like the little suction cups on him, and
Yeah.
so
Oh,
we
cool.
call him Freddie the tree frog. And yeah, he lived in the store for about a month. Then he escaped his little terrarium that we put him in, and we found him a month later, kind of dehydrated
Yep.
somewhere behind a
Yep.
shelf. But yeah, we had a pet frog,
Oh, there you go.
Freddie the tree frog.
Freddy the tree frog.
Ah,
Too cute.
anyways,
Too cute.
side note,
Anyway,
side
so
note.
20 is plenty for animals, as Anita had just mentioned. Take a look at their bedding. Take a look at their water dishes and their eating dishes and their areas. Doesn't take long. Um, with Moose, who's the lab's name, most appropriately named. His dad, well, obviously knew when he named him what kind of a character he was getting into his life because quite entertaining. Actually, when Rod took him for a walk yesterday, they were down at Bower Ponds, and Rod saw two bucks, like male moose,
Ooh.
big ones. And when he went down to put Moose on his leash, he took off because he saw him too. Thankfully, he came back when Rod called him. So yay, that would not have been that would not have been a good scene having
No.
a couple big moose with their racks chasing little moose, because in that case he would be very little compared to them. Anyway, so that was pretty cool. I can't remember where I was going with the topic, but yes, cleaning up their areas, ensuring,
Yeah,
like Anita said,
that's the 20 is
that's
plenty.
the 20 is plenty for that one.
And grooming them, right?
Yes.
So how often do you groom your pet? I mean, my brother lives out on a farm. He's a
Hmm.
single guy. I think he's 70 now. I think he just turned 70. Anyways, he's got this little dog, and it's just a scruffy little thing. She's a house dog, little Molly. But you know what? He never looks after her, the poor little thing. Like every time
Oh.
I go there, her hair is all matted and she's scruffy, and she's such a happy little thing. She'll always jump on your lap and whatever. But I think, oh my goodness, like give that dog a bath. She smells, and I don't know when the last time she went to the vet, and anyways. Care for your pets just like you
Yes.
would a little human. And love all the comments. Thank you, everyone. Jacqueline has two chihuahuas, Jewel and Russell.
Aw,
I have a chihuahua. And Vanessa dog sits. And
nice.
Jacqueline also fosters rescue.
Wow.
And there's huge energy, some good,
Yeah,
some bad, but they
for
feel like
sure.
family. They do
Mm,
feel like family. I love that.
yeah,
Yeah, and you know what? Just talking about pets, doesn't that just kind of warm your heart?
it does. It does.
Right? And when you take the word dog and you turn it backwards, it says God, right?
Hmm.
It's all about unconditional love, being in the moment, just like the children.
Exactly.
Okay,
What
so
card do you got?
well, I don't know, number 23. Kitchen.
Oh,
Yeah.
you realize between us we have one, two, three.
One, two, three. Okay. One, two, three. Get ready. Let's go. And the biggest challenge I think for most people is to keep the kitchen clean, right? Especially if you have other people living in your house. It's not
Yes,
bad if it's just one person, but when you have other people, the kitchen is the hub, right? It's a hub.
you bet.
The coming and going, and there's a lot of horizontal surfaces. We talked about that in our 21-day coaching call the other night about
Hmm.
those surfaces and how they can attract stuff, will pile up on them, the kitchen counters.
Very
And
quickly,
and
often.
yeah, and again, it's like what in that space right now is calling for your attention? Where is your energy going? Is it going boom, boom? all over the place because you have so much stuff going on in the kitchen that, and then you're just like, okay, no, I don't feel like cooking tonight. I'm just gonna call skip the dishes or
Yeah.
somebody. And then that, turns into a habit, and then you're not eating healthy, and then, all of those things start to
Hmm.
affect us. But I know also in your kitchen, you have a drawer for, what do you have a drawer in your kitchen for, Cheryl?
Utensils, flatware.
Don't you have one for pets?
Oh, absolutely. Well, yes and no. So we used to have a drawer in the kitchen that contained our past pet Teo, all his stuff. However, he figured out how to open it. So we had to move his stuff into the hall closet, which is now where we store the dog food and dog treats and stuff, because not quite figured out how to open a bifold door, which is a good thing. But for now, we still have a drawer in the kitchen. Yes, towels, extra balls, the chucker, a few things that we have in there for when Moose comes to visit. And we will open it up. That's where we store his balls after he leaves. They get washed and cleaned and put away. Same with the towel for drying his face. And he knows he sits there when he comes in the house. We'll open up the drawer and he gets to pick one ball. And he'll sniff each one of them and grab the one he wants while he's here this time. So, yes, we do have one
Cool.
drawer for the pets. And you?
Cool. Yeah, and in our kitchen, no, we don't have a drawer for our dog, but we do have, that's where his dishes are, right?
Mm,
His water and food dish. So he can eat the same time we're eating, although sometimes, he sits up at the table and says, I'm a human, feed me.
I want
Anyways.
what you're having.
Hmm. So the kitchen is vying for our attention today. That's why the card came up, right? And again, it's an invitation for you to look at your space through your
Hmm.
feng shui eyes and say, what on my countertops right now do I use every day? What could I be putting away and making room for something else?
Hmm.
Is there something stacked up? Right? We have seen on countertops, Cheryl,
Yeah.
where there's a whole stack of recipe books or
Yeah.
something. And there's the blender over there that they only use once a month, or things like that. Having a knife block, I can tell you, having a knife block on your counter, not good feng shui. Uh,
Let's stop
really,
and talk about that for a second.
sure.
Why not? Why not? Let's talk about that.
Hmm. Well, so what's the first thing that you think of when I say knife?
Cut.
Cut? Okay.
Sharp.
And um so our
Danger.
sub danger, okay.
Sharp. Yep.
Sharp, danger, cut. So our subconscious all, has that program in there. And so again, when we're constantly putting in that information, that visual energy is constantly going in there saying cut, danger, da da da, da, right? That is that repeated action is impressing an idea upon the subconscious mind.
Hmm.
Now, the knife or the knife block is there to serve you, right? To hold your knife so when you need to cut the piece of meat or something that they're there. Um, and I don't know how many movies you've ever watched where there's, this dramatic scene and there's
Hmm.
a fight that ensues in the kitchen and somebody reaches over and
Hmm.
grabs the knife from the butcher block and right,
Yep.
how many times have you seen that movie scene?
Way too many.
Way too many, right? So that is the idea of it, that if you have the butcher block with the knives on your counter, it's symbolizing or anchoring the thought or feeling of danger and or that you may need to protect yourself, right? So is that a feeling that you want to, uh, you know, impress upon the
Reinforce.
subconscious mind every day. That
Mhm.
subliminal messaging.
Great question.
Probably not. Um, I have one of those butcher blocks with the knives, and
Hmm.
I have it stored underneath the counter. I can reach down there,
Yep.
pull out a knife when I need it, but I don't have that constant subliminal messaging.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. That's a really valid point because as you're talking about, the danger, blah, 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 think of where that hits you in your body. Like I instantly can feel it in my tummy, right?
Mm.
Because we constrict when we think about danger and things like that.
Hmm.
That's what we relate to it. Yet the purpose of it is to help us prepare. And that's not the first thing we thought about.
Hmm.
It wasn't about preparing and preparation for food and nourishing our bodies. It was
Mm.
danger. So
Right. And
that
so,
subliminal
yeah,
belief is really different. And how that feels in the body is really different, how that is affecting your nervous system. So just feel into that and observe that for yourself.
I like that because you're right. If that's how you're feeling,
Hmm.
right? And you have that butcher block on your counter, then you're going in your kitchen to prepare dinner and you're already feeling that anxious, that something,
Hmm.
right? In your solar plexus. Is that going to affect how you digest your food?
Yeah, you betcha.
Ooh, right? And again, it's just subliminal. These are very subliminal things that happen energetically in our space until we put on our feng shui eyes and go, oh, hmm. So again, we
Interesting.
always ask you to look at the results that are currently showing up for you in your life.
Hmm.
Do
Hmm.
you have a butcher block knife holder on your counter? And if so, how have you felt in your space? Do you feel like that you constantly have to be on guard, that you're, you know, on edge, waiting for that intruder to come so you can use your your weapon of choice? Again, it's all personal, but yeah, how do you feel in your kitchen space?
Hmm.
And with the counters all a mess? Or how do you feel when they're all cleaned off? How do you feel when you open that cupboard drawer? How do you feel when you open that drawer that's housing a bunch of stuff,
Hmm.
random things? Those are all great. 20 is plenty.
Yes.
20 minutes today is enough time for you to put on your feng shui eyes, go into your kitchen space, open a drawer, open a cupboard, see how you feel. Just stand in the center of your kitchen, have a good look around and really hone in on what is giving you subliminal messaging.
Yeah. Just observe. I
Mhm.
like it. I like it. All right. We are going to wrap this. We already talked that the cards 1, 2, 3.
Mhm.
Easy,
Mhm.
easy math today. Yay! A six.
Yep.
And I always get my
Oh,
info.
Karen, you're absolutely right. Oh my goodness.
What?
Today is a 1 month,
Yep.
and it's the 23rd.
Oh,
We're one, two,
another
three
six.
day.
1, 2, 3. Right? We said at the beginning it's always fascinating
Ah,
how things line up. Thanks,
oh,
Kate.
okay. One,
So I'm
two,
going to refer
three.
to double digitology. One,
One,
two,
two,
three.
three. Get ready,
One,
set,
two,
go.
three. The basics.
Oh, love it. Yeah. One, two, three. Get ready,
I think
set,
we had
go.
a six last week too.
I
Anyway,
think we did.
awakening the human consciousness of this planet to help them gently give birth to their own creativity and connection to their own sacredness. Physically, six does not have a strong foundation. It is the roller, and it is also a bit asymmetrical, bottom heavy. And with the
Mhm.
energy, that is where the pregnancy comes in, right? Expectancy, expectation of developing ideas, frequency, and change. A six represents the expectation that things are going to get better.
Mhm.
Love it.
Mhm.
Love it.
I love it too. And yeah, and it is the that pregnant with new ideas.
And you know what I like about that is a great segue before we wrap up today to
Hmm.
invite people to what we're doing next week.
Hmm. Yeah, we are doing the Vision Quest 2026. So if you've
Hmm.
ever made a dream board, a vision board, and cut out a bunch of pictures and done all of that stuff at the beginning of the year, we are no longer doing that. That's old energy, and we are shifting
Yes, we
into
are.
neurological quantumness visioning. And we have a brand new process, a brand new workbook journal that my amazing partner created. And we are super excited.
Yes.
Next week, you can join us live in person in Red Deer, Alberta on Saturday, January 31st,
Yep.
or February 1, you can join us via Zoom
Online.
virtually. And yeah, you get this beautiful workbook journal and
And we're gonna have some fun.
our new process, and it is fun. So
It
talk
is
about
fun.
pets. It's about energy,
Period.
joy,
Yep.
and that
Creativity.
all of that is going to, help us express living in the present moment. So love
Exactly.
that. Thank you all for tuning in with
Yes.
us today. We absolutely love being back here with you all on Facebook and
Yes.
having the conversations. And we'll put the link in for the Vision Quest if you feel called to join us. We'd love to see you there.
Perfect. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye.